Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of the Pick Six. I'm your host, Mike Wobschall at TCO Performance Center after our tie with the Packers. So weird. Let's just move on to the Bills. Here we go. Question number one comes from Mike in Goodwin, South Dakota. Kind of tough to celebrate a tie. What are your thoughts on the game? Hoping Zimmer gets this fixed quickly before the Rams. Yeah, I mean, you can't be extremely excited about a tie because the Vikings had a lot of opportunities to win that game. But keep this in mind, I think if the Vikings are in the playoff hunt down the stretch, we're going to be fortunate that we don't have that loss and that we have a half win instead. Also, this tie makes the Vikings and Packers' second game later in the season even more important for tie-breaking purposes. Lastly, Mike, I know you said you mentioned the Rams, but don't forget, we have the Bills coming up. We got to take care of business there first. The next question is from Dan in Hanover. On to Buffalo. How do we beat the Bills? Well, this sounds like a winning formula. Let's get a lead early and then make their rookie quarterback pass his way to a comeback in our stadium. That seems like a tall task for anyone, but especially an inexperienced quarterback. It will be fun to see rookie quarterback Josh Allen, but even more fun to watch our defense play at US Bank Stadium. The next question is from Kavan. Was very happy about Cousins' ability to come back and to keep coming. That may be the greatest thing to look forward to. No doubt about it, Kirk Cousins' Lambeau Field and Vikings-Packers rivalry debut was a really good one. 425 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. Just like in week 1, this week against the Packers, we saw great synergy between Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs and between Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen. That's going to be important going forward because they are the heart of the Vikings passing game. The next question comes from Jim in Otana. What did you think about Brian O'Neill's debut? I thought Brian did really well being thrust into action late in the third quarter when Rashod Hill went down. If you look at the 75-yard touchdown pass to Diggs, Brian O'Neill passed off Clay Matthews to Mike Remmers and picked up Kenny Clark coming around the edge. On a 12-yard catch by Adam Thielen, he handled a really good outside speed rush by Nick Perry. On the next play, he passed off another stunt, and then on the Thielen touchdown catch, I thought he did really well against Clay Matthews. So lots of good plays and snaps from Brian O'Neill in his debut. I'm excited about his future. The next question comes from Ray in Oregon. Dalvin Cook's production has been less than stellar. Do you attribute this to rust or the offensive line not making any holes to run through? I don't know, maybe a little bit of both, but also consider Dalvin Cook looked pretty good in week 1 on 16 carries, and then against Green Bay, the Vikings got down 20-7 and wound up throwing 48 passes. So I don't think it's quite fair to assess Dalvin Cook in the running game in that situation. All in all, Dalvin has looked really good through 2 games. He looks fast, he looks fresh, and I think he's going to have a good 2018. The final question comes from Paul. Should there be any concern with the run defense? They've been giving up some pretty big plays. I don't know about that, Paul. I think the run defense has been pretty good. Sure, there's been a long run here or there, but I don't think the Niners or the Packers can say they came into the game and ran the ball on the Vikings defense. The Vikings have not allowed a rushing touchdown so far this year, and I don't think they're going to allow very many for the rest of the season. The Vikings defense overall has looked really good. I'm encouraged about the season they're going to have in 2018. That's it for this week's edition of the Pick Six. We'll be back next week with another edition, so make sure you send your questions into the email address at the bottom of the screen. In the meantime, stay tuned to Vikings.com as we get ready for the Buffalo Bills. We'll have coverage of your favorite team. Download the Vikings app. That's how you get into the stadium on game day with your tickets, and it's also how you get our great content delivered straight to your favorite mobile device. See you next week.